Will you go to the race?
I will not.
Well, I hope you do.
I do not have a liking for sports, as Anthony does. If you want to go, then go. But I'll leave you.
Brutus, I've been observing you lately, and you haven't been treating me like you usually do. You are stubborn and treat me harshly, like a stranger.
Cassius, do not be mistaken. I am having some personal issues that have been affecting my day. But it's nothing personal, so don't worry, my friend.
Then, Brutus, I have much mistook your passion, by means whereof this breast of mine hath buried thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, I cannot see the good in myself, but only the bad.
It is true, but it is shameful that you can't see how worthy you are. I have heard that the most respected people of Rome speak of you, Brutus, and the people who are suffering under Caesar's tyranny want you to see how great he is.
What dangers are you leading me into, saying to find the good in myself when there's not?
Brutus, you will be lucky to hear that I will be your mirror in which you can see the good in yourself. Don't be suspicious about me. If I was a bad friend and would gossip about you, then I'd be a bad friend. However, I'm not.
I cannot, Cassius, for I love him like a brother. But why do you keep me here so long? What is it that you want to tell me? If it is about the public welfare, give him death or honor. I'll look on both without preference. But let the gods give me good fortune. I love honor more than I fear death.
I know that you follow this virtue, Brutus, as well as I know your appearance. In fact, I will tell you a story about honor. I can't tell you what other people think, but for me, I will never live to see myself admire Caesar, because he is just like you and I. We both eat well, and we both can last through the winter, just like him. One time, when the ocean waves were dangerous, Caesar said, "Cassius, do you dare to jump into these dangerous waters and swim over there?" Once he said that, I jumped in dressed in armor, and then Caesar jumped in. The waves were strong, and we fought against it. With our strength, we overcame the waves in which we did fight against. So when we were going to swim to where we were going to go, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or else I'll sink." So then I did just that, just like how Aeneas, the founder of Rome, carried his father in the fires of Troy. I carried Caesar on my shoulder. And now Caesar is a god, and I am a wretched creature who must bow down if Caesar carelessly nods my way. In Spain, he was sick, and it is true, this god did shake. His lips changed color from his usual color to white, and his eyes that gaze upon the world have lost its spark. I heard him groan. Caesar looks down on this world like a giant. And we small men walk under these huge legs only to look forward to dying dishonorably as slaves. Men can be masters of their fate. It is not destiny's fault, but our own fault that we are slaves. Brutus and Caesar. What's so special about Caesar? Why should that name be more proclaimed than yours? Write them together and your name is just as good as his. Pronounce them and they sound the same. Weigh them and they're equally as heavy. Cast spells with them and the name Brutus will make a ghost just like Caesar. In the name of all the gods, what food does Caesar eat that makes him grow so great? Our era should be ashamed. Rome has lost the ability to raise noble men. When was there an age since the beginning of time that didn't include more than one famous man? Until now, no one can say that the only man mattered in Rome. There is only room for one man in Rome. You and I have heard our fathers talk about your ancestor, Brutus, who would have let the devil ruled the Roman Republic before he will let a king rule. As they pass by, grab Casca by the sleeve, and he'll tell us what happened today in his own sour fashion.
I'll do it, but Cassius, Caesar looks angry, and everyone looks as if they've been scolded. Calpurnia's face is pale, Cicero's eyes is red, as if the senator's been arguing with him at the Capitol.
Casca will tell us what's the matter.
You wanted to speak with me?
Yes, Casca. Tell me what happened that put Caesar in such a serious mood.
Why? Weren't you with him today?
If I were, I wouldn't ask you what happened.
Okay, well, there was a crown that was offered to him, but he pushed it away with the back of his hand. And when he did so, the people shouted and fell at his feet.
What was the second shout for?
For the same thing that caused the first.
And the third?
For the same thing.
The crown was offered to him 3 times?
Yes, and he denied it 3 times, each time humbler and gentler than the last. And every time he did it, my neighbors shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Well, it was Antony.
Tell us what happened, noble Casca.
It's hard to explain. The whole thing was such a joke that I hardly paid any attention. I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown. Well, it wasn't even really a crown, to be honest. It was something small, more of like a coronet. As I told you before, he refused it once, but it seemed to me that he wanted it. Antony offered it to him again, and again Caesar refused, although reluctantly. And then Antony offered it to him a 3rd time, and for a 3rd time Caesar refused. As he refused, the crowd of commoners broke out into a fit of clapping and shouting. They made such a big deal of Caesar refusing to take the crown that he fainted and fell down. As for myself, I didn't laugh out of fear of opening my mouth and breathing in the stinking air.
Whoa, hold on. Did you say that Caesar fainted?
Well, he fell down in the marketplace, foamed at the mouth, and was speechless, so yeah.
That's very likely he has epilepsy, a disease where you fall down.
No, Caesar does not have epilepsy. You, Casca, and I have epilepsy, for we have all fallen.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm sure that Caesar fell down. The people shouted and applauded him according to whether he displeased or pleased them. They were just like actors in a theater. If they didn't, then I'm a liar.
What did he say when he woke up?
Well, before he fell down, when he realized the people were happy that he refused the crown, he opened his robe and offered him his throat to cut. Had I been a common man of an ordinary occupation and not taken him up on this offer, I might as well have gone to hell. And so he fainted. When he became conscious again, he said that if he had done or said anything that was wrong, to blame it on his sickness. A few women near me cried, "Alas, good soul," and forgave them with all their hearts. But never mind them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they still would have forgiven him.
And he came back looking so serious.
Yes.
Did Cicero say anything?
Why, yes, he spoke in Greek.
What did he say?
If I told you I understood Greek, I'd be lying. But the people who did understand Cicero smiled at each other and shook their heads. But it was all Greek to me. I have more news too. Aurelius and Flavius have been punished for pulling scars off of Caesar's statues. There is even more foolishness, if only I could remember it.
Will you have dinner with me tonight, Casca?
No, I have a prior engagement.
Tomorrow?
Yes, if I'm alive and you are sane and your food is worth eating.
Good. I'll be expecting you.
Do so. Farewell to you both.
What a stupid man he has become. He was so smart when he was in school.
He's still sharp when it comes to carrying out a bold or noble enterprise. Though he puts on the show of stupidity, he speaks roughly, but what he says is smart, and his bluntness makes others enjoy listening to him.
You're right, that's how it is. I'll leave you for now. But if you'd like to talk, I could come over tomorrow. But if you don't mind, you could come to my house and I'll wait.
I'll do so. Until then, think of Rome. Well, Brutus, you're noble. However, I see that your honorable character can be bent from its usual state, which proves that good men should only hang out with good men. Because who is so firm that he can't be seduced? Caesar resents me because he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus and Brutus were me, I would not let him influence me. Tonight, I will write many letters in different handwritings. as if they came from different citizens. All of them show how much respect the Romans have for Brutus and Caesar's unseemly ambition. And after this, let Caesar brace himself, for we'll either dethrone him or suffer even worse than now.